Ghosts and ghouls, demons and aliens, monsters and worse. Only here on Ghost or What, the best channel for original scary stories. Our next story is A Walking Nightmare. A few times back, I got a part-time job at the local Walmart. I had been looking for it for quite some time because as an eldest, I had to support my family after my father's death. Though he was never a really caring father and was usually lying drunk here or there, but still, as a government servant, we had a secure residence. Now that he was gone, we had to empty the house and find shelter somewhere else. My mother had some savings, but still, I wanted to contribute as much as I could because I was certain that the money would last us only a couple of months. So I was really excited when I got this job. The strangest thing was that I looked everywhere for a job, but I never applied for this particular one. But somehow the job found me. Whatever it was, either luck or some divine blessing, I did not really care. All my mind focused on was making money. I appeared the following day, and I was even more surprised that they selected me without any interview. I started working the same day in Walmart. I found that there were 3 other lady workers beside me and 5 male workers. They were really friendly, and we got along really quickly. Now, it was scheduled that each one of us would do the consecutive night shifts. That means that in a week, I had to do 3 night shifts in 4 days. It was not much of a problem, as there were not many customers who visited after midnight, so there was some chance of sleeping for an hour or 2 through the night. A week passed, and I noticed that the nights were less hectic than the day shift. Slowly, I started to enjoy the night shift, and I was usually the one who volunteered for it. Most of the other workers were either married or had some permanent jobs, so they were really happy swapping their night duties with me. It was not like I had anything to do, but luckily it was summer break, therefore I had no college to attend. I was happy with the arrangements, but one night a really unusual thing happened, and it changed everything. I was working through my night shift, and it was almost 1:30 a.m. when an unknown customer entered the mart. Now, I had almost known the regular customers, and I usually made friends with them all, but some unknown faces visited the mart as well. But still, it was really strange for an unknown customer to walk to the mart this late. At first, I thought that he was a guy maybe traveling this area, but considering his age, it was not possible. This guy looked really old and weak. Besides that, I peeked through the glass and there was no car or any other vehicle that the guy could have used. It seemed as if he walked from somewhere right into the mart. Anyway, I focused my attention on stuffing the boxes into their specific shelves. The task was easy but time-consuming, as I had to arrange the things according to their sizes and colors. As I stuffed one shelf, I moved to another. When I was almost done with the second shelf, but there was just a little space empty to fit in one another box. I bent over to pick up the box when I suddenly felt the old man staring at me from the side aisle. I stopped for a while to have a clear look. His unmoving eyes were fixed on me. My heart started pounding heavily inside my chest. I almost could feel every throb violently filling my veins. I let go of the sight to calm myself a bit. I was never much of a courageous person, but that day I somehow did not faint. I held the box tightly in my hand, and as I looked at the empty place to stuff the box in it, the strange old man's face was right there in the empty place, looking straight at me. The box fell from my hands, and I screamed loudly. Though I knew that it was only Tom beside me who was working the night shift with me, and he was probably taking a nap somewhere in the employer's room. He really could not hear me from there. As I realized that I was on my own, I ran towards the undergarments section, the only place where there is a way to safely lock yourself inside. I quickly locked it behind me, though I did not hear or see the old man running after me or anything scary. I felt really dumb at first for thinking in extremes. I mean, he might be asking me to find him something. As I was there contemplating the possibilities and finding excuses for the strange behavior exhibited by the old man, I felt strange laughter somewhere near the trying room. Slowly, it turned into an evil cry, as if someone was stabbing him. I got up slowly and tried to look through the cracks. Suddenly, I saw the same old eyes staring at me. This behavior could not be excused. I could really do nothing. It almost felt like a nightmare standing right there waiting for me to come out. My whole body started trembling, but I dared not make any voice. Somehow I thought if I did not move, he would not know that I am here. But it was just sheer stupidity, as I knew he followed me through here and was just waiting for the right movement. I even left my mobile on the counter, and there was no way of escaping. All I could do was pray that Tom would wake up. The silence was eating me. I curled myself in the corner and closed my eyes tightly. I did not know how long I sat there, but I did hear a loud thudding on the door. It made me jump out of my skin. After that, I lost my calm and started screaming violently. I could not hear anything other than my own voice. After a while, my throat became so dry that I could not scream anymore. Then I heard Tom's voice on the other side. It felt like safe heavens, and on opening the door, I almost fainted, but Tom revived my senses. I ran towards Tom, who was then sitting tight next to the locked door. It was weird, but I did not realize it till I reached him. As I hugged him and started telling him about everything, suddenly I saw the strange old guy stabbing right through the ribs of Tom, from his back. I was talking to my dead friend. I quickly retreated and saw streaks of blood on my clothes. The old guy was again staring at me from the back of the chair, and I quickly ran out of this area towards the main mart. Luckily, Tom had already called 911, and while I was running for my life, I saw the police enter. I fainted right there and then. After searching through the mart, he was found nowhere. The police checked the CCTV footage for any evidence, but found it completely stuck right at 1:25 a.m., a few moments before I saw him. Though I was at first charged with Tom's murder, but later some evidence of abnormal activities were found and I was relieved. After that, I never opted for doing the night shifts again, let alone volunteering for it. I still work at the same mart, and fortunately, nothing of the same sort has happened again yet. Did you think that was the end? The terror never ends. Subscribe to our channel to hear more horror stories. Only on Ghost or What.